So most of you are telling me that you know FOIL, so I'm going to show it that way. It's also known as double distribute. So I have x minus 3 times x plus 7. And don't be selfish. Share the x with each person. If you think you might forget, draw the little rainbow so you don't forget. So I have an x squared plus 7x minus 3x minus 21. Now what can I do? Don't make me do it all. What can I do? Combine like terms. What's 7 minus 3? So x squared plus 4x minus 21. That is multiplying two binomials. Okay? Everyone cool with that? Yes, no, or maybe so. Talk to me, talk to me. I want you successful. Also, don't rush through because I just saw somebody, they just realized they made a careless mistake or something. Okay, we good? Good, 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 good. If you need me to explain it another way, speak up. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep traveling through. Okay? All right, number 4. I got the signal, so I'm going on. All right, x plus c equals 2. This does not mean square the first term, square the second. It means the whole parenthesis squared. So don't be lazy. Write it out. It means 2 of these parentheses. Now do FOIL. Is it not? Oh, it's C, not, hello. I know you guys are looking at me. Where'd that 2 come from? Sorry. Okay, so now do FOIL. It does not mean square the first, square the, no, no, no. That's one quick way to make every teacher in the world angry. Okay, so x times x. X times c. Cx, c times x. Xc, and then c times c. C squared. So this is not referring to cross country, sir. Okay? All right. So, does cx and xc mean the same thing? Yes, because it's multiplication, right? 3 times 4 is the same as 4 times 3, so it doesn't matter the order. So I can combine these 2, and that is 2. 2cx plus c squared. Now, there are some shortcuts, but shortcuts sometimes get us in trouble, so let's just go ahead, show our work, and get through it. Cool? Questions? So this 2 means repeat this whole parenthesis 2 times, okay? If you're lazy, then you could have simply, one's already written in the book, and you could have just written another one next to it instead of writing it twice. Cool? Again, questions that you should easily get points on, but you're getting sloppy, you're going to lose the points on. Yes, sir. Okay, so I have a CX and a CX. So 1 CX and 1 CX is 2. This one's C squared, right? But this is CX and XC mean the same thing, right? I can call you by your first name and last name, or I can call you by your last name then your first name, and it's the same person. Good? And so I have 2 of those. That's why. Good? I know it's the end of the day, you guys are tired, but I need a little interaction. We good? All right. Okay, I just want to make sure like I'm not just like overwhelming you or, okay. All right, number 5. 2x plus 6 times 3x minus 9. I'm just going to go real fast. 6x squared minus 18x plus 18x minus 54. What happens to the 18x's? Y. One's positive, one's negative, and it leaves me with 6x squared minus 54, which is letter B. Yes? Okay, so this is multiplying. All right, so this is multiplying binomials. The opposite of multiplying is factoring, okay? So there's easy factoring. Let me look, let me look, let me look. Oh, you guys are in luck. They don't make you do tricky factoring, so everything's easy factoring, except for I see one tricky one later down the road. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, so easy factoring is when my lead coefficient is 1, okay? I can do it in my head. It's just a math riddle. Say it with me. It's just a math riddle. Nothing to be scared of, okay? So I have x squared minus x minus 6. So I want to know two numbers that multiply to -6 and add up to -1. So they need to multiply to -6 and add up to -1, sorry. So what are two numbers that multiply to -6 and add up to -1? -3, +2. X minus 3, X plus 2, problem done. If you're scared and worried about it, how can I double check my solution? You can do FOIL, and you better get back to the original. Cool? And really, technically, all you have to do is you have to multiply those two numbers and add those two numbers and see if it works. So you really only need to do the L. Oh, you need to do I and L. Okay, sorry. Are we good? Okay, so I'll have you factor in a minute. Now the next one, there is a shortcut, but x squared minus 4. This is difference of squares, okay? So a lot of my pre-calc kids, I know difference of squares, but if you don't remember difference of squares, I need 3 pieces to make factoring easy, so you can rewrite it as x squared plus 0x minus 4 if you're scared of it, and say, what are two numbers that multiply to -4 and add up to 0? -2 and +2. So the shortcut is you square root the both, and you do a positive and a negative. That's the shortcut, okay? But if you're worried about messing up with a shortcut, then you just put in a 0x. What are two numbers that multiply to -4, add up to 0? Good? Okay. What does the word roots mean? What's another name for roots? You need a hint? Okay, these are called what? The zeros, right? These are called what? What do we call these? These aren't zeros, but another name for roots is zeros. These are called factors. Sometimes they ask for the factors, sometimes they ask for the roots, the zeros, or the solutions. Roots, zeros, solutions, if you need to write it down, all mean the same thing. They mean you got to take it one step further and set each of your parentheses equal to 0 and solve, okay? So I would like you to do number 10, and then we're going to go over that. Actually, number 10 and number 15. Remember, you cannot solve until it equals 0. One of the sides has to be 0. So keep that in mind for number 15. So do 10 and 15, and then we have 2 more skills and another little packet that we're going to start and finish next time. Okay, you guys are doing great. Okay, let's talk about 10 and number 15. So x squared plus 8x minus 48. What are two numbers that multiply to 48 and subtract to make 8? -4 and 12. So these are called my factors, and I want my solutions. As long as it's just x, you can just flip the sign, because you're really just doing x minus 4 equals 0, so you add 4. So the answer is 4 or -12. Notice, though, on the answer choice, they have +12 and -4 because they're trying to trip you up and have you write down the factors. So don't let them get you. You have to set each factor equal to 0 and solve. Cool? Yes? Did you eat something hot? Oh, okay. All right. Can I move on? All right. Number 15. I should have done x squared minus x minus 12 equals 0. What are two numbers that multiply to 12? And when I subtract them, give me -1. -4 and +3. So this as a solution is 4 or -3. They want one of the solutions, and of my two choices, only one of them is listed. It is 4. Now, you could kind of get away on this one because it's multiple choice. You could plug in each of the choices and see which one makes the statement true. Okay? Another option. Okay? All right. I'm going to do a quick factoring one. I'll do a trickier one. Are you guys good with cross multiplying and solving like number 17? Yes? Okay, so we'll talk about that at a later time. Okay, so let's jump into number 12. Okay, they want me to reduce it. So what I need to do is factor the numerator and the denominator. So I have x squared minus 6x minus 16. Again, this is number 12. Over x squared minus x minus 56. Now, I'm not sure if this is in the calculator section, but if it is, and you're allowed a graphing calculator, you can do y1 is equal to negative 56 over x. And it will give you all the multipliers. It'll give you all the numbers that multiply to negative 56, and then you just have to test which ones add up to negative 1. Did anyone show you that trick? So you just take whatever the c is and divide it by x, and it'll give you 2 columns. Okay? Here I can show you. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, what are 2 numbers that multiply to 16, and when I subtract them, give me negative 6? Negative 8 and 2. So x minus 8, x plus 2. Yes, and I'm going to show you on the calculator in a second. Okay, what are 2 numbers that multiply to 56 that are 1 apart? 7 and 8. I want a negative 1, so is the 8 or the 7 going to be negative? Negative 8 and positive 7. Now, what do you notice? This cancels because they match. So my answer should be x plus 2 over x plus 7. I'm going to ask you to do number 11 and 14. 11 and 14. And then what I'm going to do, while you guys are doing that, I'll get the graphing calculator up to show you the trick. Okay, I'm not going to show you with this one, but I'll show you with the next one because this one's fairly easy. I can't do anything with the numerator. It's x plus 9. What are 2 numbers that multiply to 81 and subtract to give me 0? X plus 9 and x minus 9. This cancels. Uh-oh, you can't leave a numerator empty. What do I put there? So it should be 1 over x minus 9. Everyone happy? Good? All right, so let's look at the next one. I assigned 14. Okay, so what I would do in the calculator, I need 33, and it has to add up to 14. Everyone see that? Okay, so in my calculator, I would press the y equals button, and I'm just going to do 33 divided by x. And then I'm going to go to my table. And it tells me 0, nothing 0 times won't, okay? 1 times 33 is 33. 2 times 16.5 is 33. So I just quickly go, oh, that adds up to 34. Oh, that adds up to 18.5. Oh, that adds up to 14. What was I looking for? 14. There's my winner, 3 and 11. Okay? It gives you all the factors. So I'm going to have x plus 3 and x plus 11. On the bottom, 2 numbers that multiply to 33 that are 8 apart, again, is the x plus 11, but this time it's going to be x minus 3. Okay? What cancels? X plus 11. Why don't these 2 cancel? One's positive and one's negative. Yes? Good? Okay. We talked about this last time. How do I know? Oh, sorry. Skip for a second. Look at number 18. Okay, we're just going to do, I'm not going to have you do a practice one. We're going to walk through 18 and then we're going to move on. X minus 2, x plus 6 equals negative 16. What do I need to do first to be able to solve this? I have to multiply it out. So I'm going to do FOIL. So I have x squared plus 6x minus 2x, which is 4. I'm just not showing all my work. Is everyone okay with that? I'm doing FOIL, but I'm not showing, okay? And then minus 12 equals negative 16. Now what do? Add 16. So x squared plus 4x plus 4. What are 2 numbers that multiply to 4 and add up to 4? 2 and 2. X plus 2, x plus 2. What are these as solutions? x equals -2. Okay? You can't set a factor equal to a number other than 0. So you have to do the math, get a new trinomial, move this over so it equals 0, and factor. So that's a really multi-step one. Okay? All right. I am now at number 21. Okay? How do you know if something is undefined? How do you make a fraction undefined? If I have a 0 in the denominator, great, you remember. Okay, so I need to factor. I have 4x and I have -8. 4x and -8. Do they have anything in common? I get 2 because they both have what in common? 4. So 4, and then I have x minus 2. Okay? 21, sorry, I need to write the problem number up. 21. So I looked. Both of these are divisible by 4, so I wrote the 4 there. 4x divided by 4 is x. -8 divided by 4 is -2. Good? No. Because I look at 4 and 8, what's the biggest number I can divide both of them by? So that's where that came. 4x divided by, remember when I factored it out, that really means divide. So 4x divided by 4 is x. -8 divided by 4 is -2. Okay? Now I have on the bottom x squared plus x minus 42. Now most students see a binomial and no squared and think they don't need to factor. Please be careful. Because if I have a matching factor, it cancels and doesn't make that 0, okay? Okay? All right. So now, what are two numbers that multiply to 42? And when I subtract them, give me 1. Seven and -6, okay? So, nothing matches, so it was a little bit of a waste of my time, but it's also a good skill just to be safe, okay? So, what are these as solutions? Because I only have to solve for the bottom, because only the bottom makes it undefined. So what are these as solutions? -7 and 6. Okay? So it's a lot of the same skill, just asked in a different way. So they still got you to factor, they still got you to solve, right? But they did it by making it a fraction and saying, where is it undefined? Okay? All right. Last skill in this, and then we're going to do one fast thing, and then I've fried your brains enough today. All right. Here we go. The formula for a vertex of a parabola is x minus h squared plus k. And a vertex is h comma k. So I am looking at number 26. I have no parentheses. If I have no parentheses, my h is what? If my x isn't locked in parentheses, my h is what? What's this h going to be? 0. And what is my k? Sorry, I am looking at number 26. What would k be? It would be 4. I know, you got to go way, way back. Because this was Algebra 1, way, way back, yes. Because it's x squared plus 4. So this is this parenthesis spot, and then this is this. Cool? Now there's an easier problem. Everyone look at number 28. Okay? 28. Now, notice the formula normally contains a subtraction, right? In number 28, it's a plus. How do I turn subtraction into addition? And I'll tell you another way that I remember. But how do I turn subtraction into addition? If I subtract what type of number? A negative. Now, this is how I remember it. My x is always crazy. My x always does the opposite. So if my x says plus 2, it's minus 2. Doesn't matter if it's exponential, doesn't matter if it's a parabola. My x always does the opposite. Crazy. okay? Just like plus 2 doesn't really mean right 2, it means left 2. Always does the opposite of what I say. So if this was minus 3, you would write what, Tim? I would write a positive 3, okay? So negative 2 is my H. What's my K? 2. In parentheses, crazy, not in parentheses, good. Okay? Opposite, good. Now, some teachers, so you can say the parentheses smacked them around and they got all confused. Whatever it helps help you remember, okay? All right. So knowing that, what would you say the answer to number 27 is? X plus 3 minus 4. So are we choosing A, B, C, D, or E for number 27? E. 27 would be E. All right, let's look at a picture. Sorry for my free hand drawing. We have a picture. All right, picture looks like that, right? They want the equation. In order to write an equation, I need a vertex. So the vertex is where the graph changes. So I just put a cross through it. Bam, bam. What number did I hit on X? What number did I hit at X? 1. What did I hit at Y? Negative 2. When I write the equation, my X is crazy. So am I going to write plus 1 or minus 1? Minus 1 squared, and then minus 2. Done with that. Okay? Don't lose this because I'm going to talk about a couple of these next time, so put that aside. We're going to do one last thing, and I'm kicking you out today. All right. The other packet I'm getting ready to give you, don't lose because we are going to finish it next time with the next topic. Okay. So now we're doing the same skill, factoring and multiplying, but just bigger on a bigger level. All we're going to do today is multiply. I'll talk about the factoring next time. Cool? All right, so I am looking at number, what did I say, 3? Okay, number 3, which says, oh, here it is. I was like, I already lost the pocket. Okay, x minus 6, x minus 3, x minus 1. Okay, what I want you to do, piece by piece, slowly. Ignore this for right now. So what do I do with these two? What can I do? Binomial times binomial. FOIL. So let's go ahead and do FOIL. Talk me through it. X times x. X squared, x times negative 3. Negative 3x. Negative 6 times x. Negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 6. 18. So now I have x squared minus 9x plus 18. Yes? Okay? And all I have left is the x minus 1 from over here. I put it out in front because it has fewer parts. So it's easier to share fewer parts, okay? How many pieces am I sharing? I'm sharing 2 pieces with 3 people. So I'm going to have 6 when I'm done. And then when I'm totally done, it'll be a lot less, okay? All right. So, first number, variable or number I'm sharing is x. Don't be selfish. X times x squared. X cubed. X times negative 9x. Negative 9x squared. X times 18. 18x. Okay? Negative 1 times x squared. Negative x squared. You don't have to do it this way. You can do one straight line. I like to line it up with who it matches. You could do just one long straight line. You know what I'm talking about? And then combine at the end. Okay, so now negative 1 times negative 9x. Plus 9x, right? Because a negative times a negative is a positive. Negative 1 times 18. Negative 18. Cool? Drop it down. X what? Cubed, right? Negative 9 minus 1. Negative 10x squared. 18 plus 9. 27x minus 18, and we're done. I ask that you do, oh, that was the hardest one. I ask that you do number 1 and 2 in this packet before I see you Tuesday, if you don't mind. Good? I will post the video. That's all. Have a great afternoon. It's cloudy today, but it's still pretty good out there.